racehorse welfare is on a moving target, and it's moved along very slowly for 50 years, but it's accelerated in the last few years. And the Racing Foundation has offered support to the welfare of racehorses and is continuing to do that. We're extremely grateful for the help that we get from them, because it's allowed a lot of the strategy to be developed and a lot of the programs in it to be implemented, and hopefully we'll have some exciting results in the future which will all lead to better welfare and better outcomes for horses, both when they're racing and in their aftercare.
Racing is nothing without the people who make it work, without the people who look after our race courses, get our horses to the track, look after them on a daily basis, administer our sport. So the people are central to absolutely everything. And what the Racing Foundation has enabled us as racing welfare to do, but also I think the sport as a whole to do, is consider a strategic approach to people, how we look after our people, how we train them, how we retain them. And I think that's been vital in the past, but will be ever more vital in a very competitive environment that we're looking to recruit people.
So the Racing Foundation has had an increasing impact on the industry, because it's had the funds to provide for projects that are innovative and challenge existing ways of doing things. And we need that. We need, as an industry, we need to be constantly innovative and not always saying, oh, we can't do that. Well, Racing Foundation is a key mover on equine welfare. Finally, we had an equine welfare board, and more recently on people welfare as well. Two absolutely crucial strands. One, to protect our reputation, and two, to make sure we have the right workforce in a very competitive environment. But it's a force for good, and has used the money from the tote sale very effectively and very sensibly.
It's been massive. Certainly without the funding from the Racing Foundation, our work would not have carried on. I think it's been such a great partnership, because we get to do research. We also put evidence-based practice into practice, and the jockeys get the benefits of feeling better, making weight better, losing weight safely, avoiding dehydration, and seeing that it's not all, it's not such a slog. You can actually eat and still make weight. So it's been fantastic, and we can't thank the Racing Foundation enough,
Community engagement is vital for horse racing. We've got to reach new audiences. We've got to improve our diversity, but also in order to satisfy the staffing needs and the future sustainability of the industry, we have got to get out there into new audiences. So therefore inclusion, diversity is vital, absolutely vital. The Racing Foundation has enabled us to get into new communities, to reach new audiences, to bring children, because that's what we do obviously, onto the racecourse, but bring their families as well. And by being able to go out and into their communities and offer them a pathway through pony racing into horse racing, we are really opening doors, and we couldn't do that without funding from the Racing Foundation.
So environmental sustainability is so important for British horse racing, because we are a sport of the land, and we depend on the land, we use the land, and also we can contribute to the land in so many beneficial ways. So when we did the report that was funded by the Racing Foundation, we learned that the use of fossil fuels, water, resources and waste are so critical to our operations, but there's a lot of risk, because we know that things are going to be changing because of the challenges of the environment currently and in the future. So British horse racing needs to rethink how we operate to build resilience into the future, so we can continue working the way we want to work. And what's so great about the report that the Racing Foundation funded is that it stimulated so much discussion. So we launched it in June of this year at the Racing Foundation annual conference. And since then, our phone has not stopped ringing from organisations and the supply chain across British horse racing, all keen to understand the risks of their own operation, and what they can do to make a difference. And so without that, I think we probably would have continued on doing what we're doing, but now we can really feel change coming, and I certainly think that 2023 we're going to see a lot in the press about what British racing is doing to address the environment.
Well, the Racing Foundation came into being with a large amount of money that was designed to provide a legacy for horse racing, and it's done exactly that. It's brought fresh thinking and an external perspective into the way that the sport thinks about things. Issues like the environment, racing's future workforce, and how the sport sits within the wider community, things that can really easily be forgotten in all of our day-to-day activities. That's been a massive help to those of us within the sport. And as a fellow funder, it's really helpful and rewarding to have another funding body working with us, bouncing ideas off each other to do what we're trying to do, which is secure the future health of the sport.